What would you sacrifice for love? Would you give up everything, even life itself, to keep a sacred promise? In 1808, one artist captured this impossible choice in a painting that still moves viewers to tears. Let's discover why The Burial of Atala isn't just a masterpiece. It's a window into the human heart. When Anne-Louis Girodet picked up his brush to create The Burial of Atala, he wasn't just painting another commissioned piece. He was capturing a cultural phenomenon. The story of Atala, written by François-René de Chateaubriand, had taken French society by storm. Published in 1801, this novella touched something deep in the post-revolutionary French psyche, speaking to both religious revival and romantic sensibilities. Girodet himself was perfectly positioned to tell this story on canvas. As a student of the renowned Jacques Louis David, he had mastered the technical precision of Neoclassicism. But there was something different about Girodet, a rebellious streak that had pushed him to explore emotion and drama in ways his teacher might not have approved. In The Burial of Atala, we see this tension play out beautifully. The classical composition and perfect anatomical details show his training, but the emotional intensity and dramatic lighting reveal an artist breaking free from convention. The painting marked a crucial moment in art history, the transition from Neoclassicism to Romanticism. While the figures are rendered with classical precision, the raw emotion and mystical atmosphere point towards the Romantic movement that would soon transform European art. Girodet wasn't just telling a love story, he was helping to birth a new artistic era. The story that inspired this masterpiece takes place in the wilds of 17th century America, far from the Parisian salons where the painting would eventually hang. Atala is a young woman of mixed French and Native American heritage, raised as a Christian by her mother. Chactas is a Chactas warrior captured by a rival tribe. When Atala helps Chactas escape, their journey through the wilderness becomes a journey of the heart. But there's a cruel twist to their budding romance. Before her death, Atala's mother had made her daughter swear a sacred vow of chastity dedicated to the Virgin Mary. As Atala falls deeply in love with Chactas, she finds herself torn between her growing passion and her solemn promise. The conflict becomes unbearable when they encounter Father Aubry, a missionary who offers them shelter in his cave dwelling. What makes this story particularly poignant is Atala's tragic decision. Rather than break her vow or live with the torment of unfulfilled love, she secretly takes poison. Only on her deathbed does she reveal to Chactas and Father Aubry the terrible decision she has made. The moment captured in the painting is the aftermath of this decision, a moment of profound grief and questioning of faith itself. Look closely at The Burial of Atala and you'll find layer upon layer of carefully crafted symbolism. The cave setting serves as the painting's primary symbolic foundation, functioning on multiple levels of interpretation. Most immediately, it represents the literal tomb where Atala's body will rest, but its symbolic implications run deeper. In Christian iconography, caves often symbolize both death and resurrection. Think of Christ's tomb or the Cave of Lazarus. Here, the cave takes on an additional dimension as a symbolic womb, suggesting both ending and beginning, death and potential rebirth. This duality is emphasized by the way Girodet handles light within the space, creating a dramatic interplay between darkness and illumination. The lighting itself deserves particular attention for its symbolic complexity. The mysterious glow that bathes Atala's face creates what art historians call a divine illumination, reminiscent of Baroque religious paintings. This light serves multiple symbolic functions. It suggests both the divine presence and Atala's spiritual salvation, while also highlighting her role as a martyr figure. The way the light falls selectively within the cave creates a hierarchy of spiritual significance, with Atala's illuminated form drawing immediate focus. The painting's use of color and fabric carries its own symbolic weight. Atala's white burial shroud operates on several symbolic levels simultaneously. Most obviously, it represents her purity and virginal status maintained until death. However, the way Girodet has rendered the fabric, with its classical draping and sculptural quality, deliberately evokes ancient Greek and Roman funerary sculptures, connecting this Christian narrative to classical traditions of depicting death and mourning. The shroud's pristine whiteness also contrasts pointedly with Chactas's darker skin, creating a visual representation of their cultural differences that their love attempted to bridge. The compositional structure itself carries deep symbolic meaning. The triangular arrangement of figures wasn't merely an aesthetic choice. It directly references the Holy Trinity and creates a visual pathway from earth to heaven. This triangle is anchored by Atala's horizontal form at its base, rises through the grieving Chactas, and culminates in Father Aubrey's figure, with the cross visible behind him. This arrangement creates a symbolic journey from physical death through earthly mourning to spiritual salvation. The natural elements in the painting carry their own symbolic significance. The tropical plants visible at the cave's entrance do more than just establish the American setting. They represent the untamed wilderness that forms the backdrop to this tale of civilization and spirituality in conflict. Their lush vitality also provides a stark contrast to Atala's lifeless form, emphasizing the tragedy of her sacrifice. One of the painting's most sophisticated symbolic elements is the inscription from the Book of Job that Girodet included. "I have faded like a flower. I have withered like the grass in the fields." This biblical reference works on multiple levels. It connects Atala's personal sacrifice to biblical traditions of suffering and divine purpose, while also linking her death to natural cycles of growth and decay. The choice of Job as a source is particularly significant, as his story deals with maintaining faith through extreme suffering, a clear parallel to Atala's own struggle. The presence of Father Aubrey adds another layer of symbolic complexity to the scene. His figure represents not just the Catholic Church as an institution, but embodies the tension between spiritual guidance and dogmatic constraint that lies at the heart of Atala's tragedy. His positioning and gesture, simultaneously blessing and mourning, captures the ambitious role of religious authority in the story. Together, these carefully orchestrated symbolic elements create a rich tapestry of meaning that elevates the burial of Atala beyond mere narrative illustration. Through his masterful use of symbolism, Girodet transforms a tragic love story into a profound meditation on the eternal conflicts between duty and desire, faith and freedom, civilization and nature. In the end, the burial of Atala reminds us that great art does more than tell a story. It holds up a mirror to our own hearts and asks us what we see. Whether we view Atala as a tragic heroine or a cautionary tale, her story continues to move and challenge viewers, proving that some aspects of human experience truly are timeless. But now I'm curious, what do you think about Atala's choice? Was her sacrifice noble or needless? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed diving deep into the hidden meanings behind this masterpiece, you won't want to miss our upcoming episodes exploring more of art history's greatest love stories and their tragic twists. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new discovery. And if you found this story as moving as I did, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel.